someone told me that a year ago today I would be making this video, I would literally cream my pants and run a mile. So I'm gonna be telling you guys how I went from this to this. Also section this video into 6 parts. So we have Accutane, birth control, stress, diet, overall skin mistakes to avoid, and the most important part, which is part 6. So please go ahead and skip to the parts that you think are relevant for you, or watch the whole video, or you could do that. I'm just saying. Just gonna give you a quick overall background to my acne journey. As soon as I started puberty, so around 13, 14, I started getting hormonal acne, which I think is super normal. So if you're around that age and you happen to be watching this, don't stress, like it's very, very normal. But for me, I always thought at some point it's gonna stop, right? So I was 16 and it started getting bad. I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm, going through puberty, I'm hormonal. Just kept on getting progressively worse. And I was 17, then I was 18, I still had really bad acne, and I was thinking, okay, like by the time I'm 19, it will stop. I got to 19 and it literally couldn't have gotten any worse at that point for me. It got so bad that even my mum was like, just don't even go to uni, because my face was purple, I couldn't even face seeing anyone at that point, nor even looking at myself in the mirror, because it was so just unpleasant in every single way. I was trying to do everything I could to not have to go on Accutane, but it just got too bad, and I was like, this is it. I've, done tests, I've been to doctors, I've changed birth control, which I'll get into, and nothing is working. So Accutane was my last resort. Let's get into Accutane. Accutane is a vitamin, not a vitamin. Accutane is a medicine, and its actual name is isotretinoin. Basically what it is it's a very, very high dose of vitamin A. And so this can be super harsh on your liver. You're not allowed to take it if you're pregnant. If you are sexually active and you're taking it, you have to be super, super careful not to get pregnant. And there's a lot of rules and bad side effects that will definitely scare you when you're thinking about starting Accutane. The common side effects of it are basically, dry skin, dry throat, sometimes headache, and there's more serious side effects like depression, suicidal thoughts, not being able to move your arms, all of these things, but it's very rare for those, serious side effects to happen. So don't let that scare you, because also if you are taking it, you will know if you're not having a good reaction, and you can just stop. Me, I genuinely had a very pleasant experience on Accutane. Yes, there were some days that my skin was so dry all over my body, my elbows, my shoulders, and sometimes I felt a bit tense. Especially, when working out, like naturally your muscles inflame. Naturally your muscles sort of like inflame a bit. On Accutane, it made it a bit worse and a bit more painful. Also, another thing is you will purge. It has to get worse before it gets better, but trust me, it's so worth it. And so I started taking Accutane mid-December, and so just in time for New Year's, my skin was purging like mad. Literally, it was so bad, but I wasn't even mad about it, because I was just like, yes, it's purging. My skin is gonna be clear. I love it. Like, get it out, because like in my mind, it's purging because all of the bad stuff is getting out, So just go through it and be happy. Like every day, if your skin is dry, just be excited, because your skin will be getting better, and it just means that they're working, So overall, I was just super excited that, each day I was getting better and better. And by my 3rd month, I was just so happy. Like my skin was smooth. I had no pimples. It was the first time I was waking up without whiteheads all over my chin, or another cystic pimple on my cheek or my forehead, So honestly, I really, really, really highly recommend looking into Accutane. I think it's amazing, genuinely. Do not drink. I'm lucky I don't drink anyways, unless, every now and then I have an Aperol or something like that if it's a special occasion. But on the regular, I'm not really interested in alcohol. But if you are, just make sure to be very, very conscious about your intake, because one, it gets you wasted like 10 times as fast, and two, it's 10 times more sort of harmful on your liver. So please be careful with that. Just make sure you're being healthy. Eat a ton of beetroots. That's what I did, because beetroots are great for your liver. Eat a lot of vegetables, take a lot of vitamins that are, you know, good for your liver and your kidneys and your organs. Pump up the sort of nutrition side of your life. And also, when you are in a bad mood one day and you're feeling a bit down and stuff, just tell yourself, okay, this could be the Accutane. So you know that it could be the Accutane, so just accept it and let it go. Don't stress out about it, you know, just be very mindful of how you're feeling, of what you're doing, of what you're eating, and enjoy waking up each day with your skin getting better. It is so exciting. Along with the Accutane, I also changed my birth control. So I've been on birth control since I was 15. I initially actually went on birth control because I had very bad back acne. Okay, so I went on the birth control for that and it cleared up my acne. I believe I was on Gederel, but my face acne got worse. And you know what, thinking about it, it could have been that pill, but I also know that it was a mixture of the pill, the hormones, you know, probably my diet as well. I wasn't very aware of what I was eating. I was just, you know, being a kid and eating whatever I wanted. I changed birth control a lot. So I was on Gederel for like 3 years, and I've always suffered from really, really, really bad periods. So then it got to a point where I was like, oh, let me just change my pill because my period is getting bad, whatever. I went on Yasmin. My skin, which is supposed to be very good for skin, but I did not have a good reaction again. And anyway, I was just going with it, whatever. My skin was still bad. And then when I finally went to my doctor about Accutane, he asked me, oh, you know, why are you on Yasmin? This isn't a very good birth control for you because it has a higher level of testosterone. So that's why I was producing more oil and my hair was growing like wheatgrass. I don't know, wheatgrass? Anyway, my hair was growing like crazy. And, you know, it obviously made sense that I was having, you know, more testosterone in my body. So it was affecting a lot of things. And that's why my acne was getting so much worse. So anyway, he put me on Diane 35, which is a contraception made for acne. And I had, you know, really good experience with it. Everything was great. So I recommend, you know, once you find, if you're going on birth control, if you are on birth control, you know, once you find the birth control that works for you very well, just stick with it. I warn you, it can be very hit and miss with birth controls. So just do your research. What's the real reason that you're on it? You know, it may just be because of contraception in general, and that's fine. Find the one that's right for you and stick with it. Don't go back and forth because it's super bad for your system, and you know, it definitely leads to hormone imbalance. Now we're on to part 3, which is stress. Now, stress is so powerful and is such a factor of acne. So to put it very, very simply, when you stress out, your cortisol levels, which is a hormone, is raised in your body. So naturally you create a hormone imbalance because you have, okay, your natural balance, and then because of the cortisol, because of the stress, your hormone goes like that. Your hormones go like that. Do you understand? Create that imbalance, which in turn creates more oil. This is super, super hard to tackle because I like to call it the stress pimple cycle. You get a pimple, that one pimple irritates you, right? You monitor that pimple, you pop that pimple, you scratch that pimple, you put serums, acids, spot treatments on that pimple, and you're stressed because the pimple isn't leaving. And in turn, you get more pimples, which makes you even more stressed. And it's very hard when people say, you know, don't stress out about it, because it's hard not to, you know, it's on your face and you're stressing out about this one pimple and then you get another pimple there, and then it's just a vicious cycle and you keep stressing, and unfortunately that is just the worst thing you can do because you keep creating a hormone imbalance within your body, in turn keeps creating more pimples. A quick story time to prove my point. Basically, it was 2 summers ago. I had a boyfriend at the time and we all went on holiday together, his friends and his friends' girlfriends. I was feeling super stressed out about this trip because my skin was not doing well, and I knew, you know, I had to be outside in the sun, and who wants to wear makeup in the sun? You know, I wanted to have bare, clean, spot-free skin. I'm a super sun person. I love the sun. I hate SPF. I always have and I always will. And I know it's bad. I know it's bad. I know I should use SPF, but I just can't stand it. I just can't. I just love the feeling of being roasted and toasted up in the sun. First day I took it way too far. My skin was really, 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 really bad, okay? And I just thought, well, if I lie in the sun, I'll burn it off and I'll be fine, right? And so I literally lay in the sun for 3 hours. My face was bright red. I looked absolutely nuts. I made things 10 times worse. And for the, 4 days after that, all I did was stress about my skin. And, I would try cover it up with concealer, but then I'd want to go in the sea and then I'd have to take the concealer off and then I'd go in the sea and I'd come up, I'd reapply it was just an absolute mess. To the point that on the 4th night, I just went in the bathroom and just cried my eyes out. I was so insecure. I was so upset that I was the only one with this crazy acne on my face. And why can't I just, get up in the morning and look great without having to, put makeup on my face? And so I was very upset, but I also at that point just looked at myself in the mirror and said, like, what am I doing? I'm in an amazing place with amazing people and I'm here stressing out about pimples on my face when none of these people even care. So why should I, And it was at that very point that I let it all go, and I promise you the next morning I woke up and my face was flat. Okay, there were some marks that were still red because I obviously had pimples, but it was flat. It looked clean, it looked soothed, it didn't look inflamed and fiery, and I was so happy. And then for the remaining 4 days, I just had the best time. I didn't put any makeup on, I didn't even care. My face looked great, I felt great, and it's because I let go of all this sort of self-torture that I had towards myself and the constant trying to get rid of pimples, and not just all of that stress within me made things 10 times worse. It made my face puffier, it made me more inflamed, it created way more oil. It was just a mess. And honestly, since that moment 2 years ago, now whenever I get a pimple, I just don't even, obviously it affects me, it always will, because I've had cystic acne. So even now when I have these pimples, I can't lie. At first it's like, oh my God, am I getting my acne back, blah, 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 stress. But then I realized you know what, this is life. I have acne prone skin and that's just how it is. And I'm not gonna let it dictate my life or dictate my day, because it's pimples. There are a lot more worse things going on. I have a healthy functioning body, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Pimple, no pimple, So let go of the stress. I promise you, it will soothe your skin 100%. You need to trust me. Just let it go. Now, 4th part of the video is diet. Unfortunately, what you eat really, really, really affects your skin. I absolutely love sugar. I absolutely love chocolate. I could not imagine my life without it. Hail Kinder chocolate. Honestly, it is my favorite thing. Little bonbons, fucking Krispy Kreme donuts, chocolate cupcake, chocolate fudge cake, Snickers bar, M&Ms, my God. Literally, that is my idea of heaven. But unfortunately, as much as I love chocolate, it does not love me. I get eczema, I get pimples, I get a rash on my back, I get puffy. I'm really not good with a lot of sugar. Obviously, I'm a human being, and every now and then you have to indulge. It's good for your soul, it's good for your mind, it's good for your body. So just do it. You really have to listen to your body. Diet and nutrition is a huge part of healthy glowing skin. Unfortunately, I know it sucks, but you really do have to be healthy. You really are what you eat. Even if you're one of those people that you can eat anything and it won't affect your weight or won't affect your skin internally, it will be affecting you in some way or another. So it's just important to be healthy. 5th part of this video is overall mistakes to avoid. Now, throughout the last 5 or 6 years of having acne, I have learned a lot of things. Number 1, do not overwash your face. So what I would do is, I love makeup. Makeup is a huge part of my life, especially because, when I started learning how to do makeup and stuff, it was to cover up my acne. Now it's more to enhance my features, but before, I was using it as sort of mechanism to cover up, which is fine. If it makes you feel good, do it. The thing is I'd put makeup on to go outside, then I'd come back, I'd wash my face because I thought, it would be better to not have makeup on my skin. And then 2 hours later, I'd reapply the makeup because I want to go out again. And then I'd come back and then I'd wash my face again. So in total, I'd be washing my face, 4 times a day. which is really, really a lot, because it's sort of like hair. The more you overwash, the more you upset your natural pH and your natural balance of your oils. So like now what I do is, like, say for example, I'm wearing makeup now. If I have to go out later, I will just keep this makeup on. What I'd be doing was I'd be applying makeup, taking it off, applying makeup, taking it off, applying makeup. And it made me very good at makeup, but it was not good for my skin whatsoever. It totally just ruined its natural balance, ruined its pH, and over dried my skin. And when you over dry your skin, your body naturally over creates oil to moisturize it, but that's just too much oil, and then you get more pimples, and it's just not a good thing. So do not over wash your face. Second mistake is let your skin breathe. To let your skin breathe. Do not go to bed with your makeup on. Do not do it. Do not do it. I don't care how wasted you are after a night out, just do not do it. Wash your face and take your makeup off. Trust me. And thirdly, when you have an inflamed area in your face, or you have a couple of pimples, really keep your routine simple. Because what I would do is, when I'd have pimples, I would use acids, retinols, I would use spot treatments. I would totally over corrupt my skin and use all of these products that I thought, were good for my skin, but really all I needed to do was just let my skin heal by itself. Days that I'm extra sensitive and I have a couple of pimples, I will just wash my face and put a moisturizer and leave my skin to be and to heal by itself, because all the products and stuff, again, it just ruins your natural balance. It can really actually do much more worse than it does good. So keep your routine very, very simple, and clean on the days that you are a bit more inflamed and irritated. Fourthly, do not touch your face. I know this is hard, and to be honest, sometimes when I'm in deep work, I touch my chin a lot, but then I get little pimples under my skin, and I'm sure that's, bacteria being trapped, because if you think about it, you're touching your phone, you're touching your computer, you're touching door handles, and I know, nowadays we're washing our hands 50 plus times a day, but there's still things in your house or things like your phone that you don't always wash every second of the day. So bacteria does build up, and then you're putting that on your face. So, really be aware of washing your face and the things that you put on your face, as well as, clean your sheets, make sure your pillowcases are clean. And another thing is your shampoo. This is very, very important. Make sure to really wash out your shampoo, otherwise you'll have shampoo still in your hair and that will build up on your scalp, and that's usually why people have all the pimples around their hairline, because that's a buildup of shampoo and product, right? Make sure you're really washing off your hair well, and you're keeping your routine as simple as possible. And yeah, those are my 4 sort of really big things that I learned throughout having acne. The 6th part of the video is to be kind to yourself. I know this sounds super cringe or whatever. It's so important to be kind to yourself, because I had moments of, feeling extremely, extremely low and extremely, extremely ugly, and no one deserves to feel like that, 1. And 2, you're not, yes, you have acne and it's on your face and you feel uncomfortable, but a lot of the times people don't even take it in, you know what I mean? People don't remember you, oh, she had really bad skin. People will remember, oh, she made me laugh like crazy, we had a great time. I always think people are staring, but they're not. They're really not. I promise you they're not, And surround yourself with good people, because all the people in my life made me feel so beautiful. I've spoken about this in, my Get Ready With Me that I did, but so I felt very insecure and self-conscious and uncomfortable to be around people, but I never felt non-valued in any way, I just mostly felt frustrated, actually, because it's why do I have acne? I'm healthy, I do all these things, but unfortunately sometimes, no matter how many tests you do, no matter how many times you change your diet, you are just the chosen one, and you have to deal with that. It's God didn't bless me with good skin, but he blessed me with great hair. God didn't bless me with good skin, but he blessed me with a really healthy, functioning body with legs and arms that are healthy and that I can move with and, get me from here to here. So, it is kind of one of those things that, no one's perfect and we all have flaws. If you think of the most beautiful person, they will still have some flaw or insecurity, but that's just real life. We're all human, And I think it's about time we all start owning that, which I'm trying to do. right here, right now. Please, 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 if there's one thing you take from this video, if there's one thing you take from this video, just be super kind to yourself. This is a journey and you guys will get through it. And please, anyone struggling with this, I check my DMs all the time. DM me. I will speak to you about it day to night if you need. I'll recommend, you know, any skin products, anything like that. Just message me and I will reply to you, I promise. You know, this is nothing that anyone should have to go through alone. And I really hope that this video has, you know, given you some good tips. Keep smiling, be kind to yourself, and don't stress out about it. See you guys in my next video.